Hey, what's going on, guys? It's DK back at you with another video here to break down the All-Star Game Showdown slate on Sunday. A couple things before I get in the video. If you're new to the channel, my name's DK. I make daily videos talking about NBA, NFL, and XFL daily fantasy sports. I'm also running a weekly $20 PayPal giveaway on my channel. How it works, all you have to do is leave a like and a comment in the video. That's one entry in the giveaway. Max one comment per video. So let's start with my Monday NBA video that I uploaded at the beginning of the week. We'll go throughout the week, and since we don't have an NBA slate on Monday, I believe it's either Wednesday or Thursday next week for the first NBA slate, so I will announce the winner to the giveaway in that video. So however many videos I've uploaded for this extended week, you can end the giveaway that many times. So if I have 10 videos uploaded for the week, you can end the giveaway 10 times. And again, winner receives $20 PayPal for myself. Also wanted to say thank you guys for all support recently. Seriously, really do appreciate it. We're closing in on 3,000 subscribers, which is just mind-blowing. With 2.96 thousand, so getting really close. But yeah, with that out of the way, let's jump in the video. Before we get into players and their prices, let's talk about the box score last year and kind of how the minutes went. So for the All-Star game, normally the starters are the ones that get more minutes. So last year, the starters for LeBron were Team LeBron were LeBron, Harden, KD, Kyrie, and Kawhi Leonard. LeBron 26, James Harden 26, Kevin Durant 25, Kyrie 24. Kawhi did get limited to 18 minutes, so that is something to keep an eye on for sure. On Team Giannis, it was Steph Curry playing 29, Giannis playing 27, Paul George playing 25, Embiid playing 23, and Kemba Walker playing 20. Guys that played big minutes off the bench last year, like Dame Lillard, Klay Thompson, and Chris Middleton, all got over 20 minutes. But other than that, normally the bench guys are limited. Usually the bigs, the guys, the bigs out the bench are usually limited the most. But yeah, that's kind of it for last year's overview. The starters for each team this year, we have on Team Giannis, the 5 most expensive players. It's Giannis, Trae Young, Embiid, Pascal Siakam, Kemba Walker. On Team LeBron, it's LeBron, Harden, AD, Luka, and Kawhi Leonard. Again, Kawhi Leonard is a guy that a little bit more iffy on just because they've limited his minutes in the All-Star games previous years. Again, he only had 18 last year starting, so not as high in Kawhi Leonard, but all the other starters I have a good amount of interest in. Now, again, on these showdown slates, don't go crazy. There's a lot of variance on these slates, just like kind of we saw in the Rising Stars Challenge, right? We had an RJ Barrett who has not had a big game in I don't know how long from the Knicks, comes out and puts up 27, 6, and 5 in the Rising Stars Challenge, right? Like that's just out of nowhere. He can't do it on the Knicks, but he can play it with. You can do it with some of the best young players. So, right, there's a lot of variance. And also, in that Rising Stars Challenge, normally the starters got like 25 or so minutes. On Team USA, it was just everyone got 20, even the bench. So some guys on the bench were really good, like Bridges, Colin Sexton, Eric Pascal. So you never really know, but we're just kind of best guess here going off last year and kind of how the minutes are going to be. So, yeah, again, a lot of variance in these slates, so don't go crazy because, really good players, like, and just going off the Rising Stars game from Friday, right? Like guys like Trae Young didn't have a great game. Luka, Zion, those are like the 3 best players in that game. They didn't have like great games. So there is a lot of variance, but all right, let's start with, let's look a little over under, I guess. It is a crazy 308 over under. A LeBron's team is 6.5 point favorites. Kind of just by looking at it, right? You can tell LeBron's team is a little bit better than Team Giannis. But all right, let's talk about Team Giannis first. So, the guys I have interest in, obviously Giannis at the top, right? Him, LeBron, the 2 captains. They're going to play good minutes. Giannis played 27 minutes, right? So he had a huge game too. He's a guy that tries very hard in these All-Star games. I definitely want to try to get Giannis in there. And again, his roster, you could argue, is not as good as LeBron's, so he'll probably have to do a little bit more. I really like Giannis. I'm probably going to play him for sure. Other guys in the starting lineup that I like, I think Trae Young or Kemba Walker, just because I think those guys can get hot behind the 3-point line and put up big games. Like Embiid and Siakam are fine for sure if you want to go there, but I would just prefer getting to a guy like Giannis and then trying to get one of those shooters in, whether it be Trae Young or Kemba, because those guys have the upside to put up a massive game shooting like 3-point wise, right? Like Trae Young is a guy that can get really hot and put up a big number. So I think Giannis and the 2 guards are probably my favorite as far as the starters go on Team Giannis. As far as guys off the bench, I think a guy like Jimmy Butler, I have a good amount of interest in. He's a Chicago native, right? Played in Chicago for a while, so I think he's going to want to come out and put on a show for the fans. He's 6.4K. I like him a decent amount. Brandon Ingram, not going to go there. He's been dealing with an injury. I don't really know if he's going to play yet. He was ruled out in the game on Thursday, so there's a chance he doesn't even play. Even if he does, he's going to be very limited, so I would not go there. like Rudy Gobert versus Bam Adebayo. I think I'd prefer Bam Adebayo to Rudy if I was going to pick between the two. I think Bam Adebayo has a better offensive game, suits a little bit better for the All-Star game, right? So if you're going to choose one of those cheap centers, I think I would lean towards Bam. And the really cheap guys, right, Lowry, Donovan Mitchell, and Chris Middleton are all very much viable because those are all guys that get hot behind the three-point line. Maybe not as much Lowry, but Donovan Mitchell and Chris Middleton, right? We saw, I think Chris Middleton had a big game last year. He had, 20 points off the bench in 21 minutes. So those two, like Mitchell and Chris Middleton, is at the very cheap end. I have some interest in because they can, obviously, again, get hot behind the three-point line. I think if I'm going to pick between the cheap centers, I'll lean towards Bam. Jimmy Butler, again, Chicago native. I think he'll get some decent minutes. And the starters, like Giannis, and the two shooters, right, with Kemba and Trae Young. Talk about Team LeBron now. Again, I think you could argue this is the better team for sure. So starters, LeBron, Harden, Anthony Davis, Luka, and Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi is the one guy that has been limited last few years from starting. He only got 18, so I'm not as high on Kawhi Leonard. But, LeBron, Harden, Anthony Davis, and Luka Doncic, I think all get good run. My favorite plays, well, obviously LeBron, right? Again, him and Giannis, I think, are going to play probably the most minutes. But LeBron is always a guy that does try pretty hard in the All-Star game as well. So I do want to, try to get those starters. And I think it's going to be very, very popular, right? Giannis and LeBron. So if you want to fade high ownership, that's okay, right? We saw it in that Rising Stars Challenge. Trae Young was solid, but Luka and Zion, two of the better players in that game, didn't have great games. So you can definitely make an argument to fade James Harden. Gotta like him. He's always a guy that's going to shoot the ball a lot, right? He shoots I think over his last 5 or 6 All-Star games, he's averaged 15 3-point attempts. So yeah, Harden is a guy that obviously has upside. I really like Anthony Davis too at 9K. I just think he fits the All-Star game narrative great. You can throw alley-oops up to him. There's not a lot of defense played, right? So Anthony Davis, I do like a good amount. LeBron and Harden. Doncic and Kawhi, not as high. Obviously, Kawhi, again, he's been limited. Doncic is okay, but I think I'd rather get to 80, Harden, LeBron there at the top. Westbrook coming out the bench at that price, I'll probably pass. He's a guy that he did have a couple years ago. I think he put up 41 real-life points in the All-Star game, but not as good of a shooter. He is a guy that's going to be aggressive, but at that price point, I think I would just prefer getting the starters. And then other guys off the bench. Don't know if I'm going to get to Ben Simmons at the price. Not a great shooter. I don't really think he can have a huge upside game. Jokic, I think he got kind of limited that last All-Star game. He played 13 minutes. So the bigs off the bench normally get limited the most. I'm not as high on him. Sabonis, I love him, but I think he probably only gets 10 to 15 minutes. But these cheap guys on the bench I have some interest in. Devin Booker, Tatum, and Chris Paul. I think Booker and Tatum the most, just because, again, those are guys that can get hot behind the three-point line, can put up big fantasy point outings. Chris Paul's okay because he is a guy that can get a lot of assists. I think he had his last All-Star game in 2016, I believe it was. He had 15 or 16 assists. He had a crazy number of assists. So those are kind of the guys I'm looking at for Team LeBron, right? It's LeBron, Harden, and AD at the top. And then cheaper guys, I think Booker and Tatum as guys off the bench I have some interest in. But, yeah. And then as far as captains go, again, I think LeBron and Harden are going to be the most popular guys for captains. I think, I think the safest way to go for captain is probably Giannis, and then go from there. But, again, you can make an argument for a lot of these guys, right? Like Harden, AD, LeBron, Trae Young or Kemba maybe. Like the really cheap guys, you want to get risky and take a shot off one of those guys on the bench. I don't hate that idea, right? If someone's playing well off the bench, they will extend them, kind of like Chris Middleton, right? He had 20 real-life points off the bench. So you could take a shot on one of those guys, maybe like a Donovan Mitchell, Chris Middleton, Devin Booker, right? Don't hate that idea of going there. It's going to be very contrarian. I think the captain ownership is going to eat, or LeBron and Giannis and these guys at the top are going to eat up a lot of the captain ownership. But, yeah, like I said, don't go crazy on this slate, guys. There's a lot of variance, but hope that breakdown kind of helped. I hope this video kind of helped you guys for this showdown slate. So I think that's going to do it for today's video, guys. If you have been enjoying the content, would really appreciate if you could like this video and subscribe if you haven't. Again, we're getting really, really close to 3,000 subscribers. I'll be back for another video to break down the NBA slate, whether it's Wednesday or Thursday. Whenever the first slate is, I will have a video there, and then I will announce the winner to the $20 PayPal giveaway in that video. So thanks again, guys. Hope you guys all enjoy the All-Star game, and I will see you guys next week.